So I'm ready for a check-in after, restarting my journey last week of getting back on track in the new year. I've really tried to hit the ground running and just like get back to all the things that I know work for me. So I've been working on, trying to get back to kind of some intermittent fasting, which I think is helpful for me because I do like to eat like bigger meals, so if I intermittent fast for like the first part of the day, then I can like, have a larger dinner, and that really like helps me to like feel more satisfied, just getting to have a bunch of tiny little meals through the day, just less meals that are like a little bigger. As long as I can distract myself in the first half of the day, it's really not that hard, and I've kind of just been tapering my window back, since I've started. So first few days I was eating breakfast, and then I kind of like tapered it back to having, lunch and then snack in the afternoon. And now I'm kind of like waiting until about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I'll have like some lunch or a snack to have dinner, and then sometimes I'll like in the evening I'll have like some kind of snack. I do like to have like something sweet, especially because after vacation I had been having tons of dessert, especially at night. So I've been making like some creamies in the kitchen, or just things like that, like maybe a Larabar on a creamy or some granola. I've also made a real effort this week to actually get back into doing some exercise. It's been a long time. It's been freezing cold though, so I've been struggling trying to get that in, but I'm trying to make it a priority. So I've done like my rebound little rebounder trampoline thing in my house. I've tried to do that a little bit every day, and then a few mornings this week I've gone on a little like walk jog, which it's like a big deal for me because I went out and it was like not even 10 degrees, but I like layered up in clothes and decided I was gonna go on one. I have a little trail that I'd kind of like established for myself to do a few months ago that gets me like 2 miles in. And so basically my goal is just to like complete that 2 miles and just try to jog throughout as I can. It's like not a lot of running, but it's some, and I know that like doing even just a little bit of that running mixed in with the walking starts to make me feel better, and I just feel like I can feel like the composition of my body feeling better. Like my legs were sore, and it feels good to like feel like I'm putting muscle back on, or it just makes me feel like a little bit more in shape. So even though it's kind of like minimal running and exercise, it does have a good impact on me, especially even my mentality, like just feeling like I'm getting that in and feeling good about myself. And doing it in the morning, as hard as it is a really good way to get my day started, because then I want to make good choices later in the day and keep that rolling. Yeah, so I've done those few things to like kind of like really help myself get back on track, and just like eating back in track too. Going from being on vacation where I'm eating tons and tons and tons of food just all day long to more of those things that work for me and that I know can help me lose weight. And it's helped so far. Like I'm feeling better in myself. Like I'm not feeling, as fluffy and fat and big as I was when I came home. I'm starting to feel like a little better about myself. And I've already lost 5 pounds, so I weighed this morning and it was 249. So I was really happy to get that first 5 pounds off, and I'm hoping, to keep moving forward and doing even better, to just keep getting back to where I want to be and just feeling like better about myself, because even though the weight's, it's something, it's not a ton, it's, whatever, it is what it is, but like I feel better about myself, and I feel like just that same, like less fluffy. I feel like when I gain weight, especially on like a vacation where I'm probably also like, just bloated and, I feel fluffy, as like I say, I just feel like my stomach feels extra like big, and then like my cheeks feel extra big. So it feels good to like get that first tiny bit off and just feel like I'm flushing out some of that like craziness. It's also because like on vacation we were on like a cruise, and sometimes my mom says she feels like almost swollen, like she thinks you're getting more salt if you're eating so much, but also like she just feels like the water tastes almost a little salty. I don't know if that's really, if the water has any much more salt in it, but she sometimes says like she feels a little swollen, like her fingers or her ankles. So I think maybe I don't know that I felt swollen, but I just felt like fluffy in places. So getting some of that out feels good, and it just feels good to be getting back into a routine and doing the things I know I need to do to make myself feel better about myself and reach those goals. And the fact that I can do it when it's like freezing right now and it's so cold and it's so hard to have any motivation to do any exercise helps me like think you can do this throughout the year. Like if I can go out when it's 9 degrees in the morning and try to go on a walk, then I can do it later. In the summer I'll use the excuse that I hate the heat, which I do. I hate sweating and being gross, but I need to do it and get it done. And if I do it in the morning and I can take a shower after, it's not a big deal. I hate sweating like the middle of the day when I'm like in my normal street clothes versus workout clothes. If I just continue trying to do this in the morning, get this done, and like have a good start to my day, it'll just help me like make better decisions throughout the day and feel better about myself. Excited to like keep that going. So yeah, just like this was just like a really quick check-in. I just wanted to like be able to, you know, stop and reflect on the progress I'm making and like really try to like keep that going into the next week. And I want to keep like it front of mind. It's really easy to like have a good first few weeks, start off well, and then just like slip into bad old habits, and I don't want that to happen. So I really want to keep focused and have a really good year this year. And I'm really hoping, you know, like next week I can like have really good progress again and just keep the ball moving, and I'm just ready to feel good about myself and happy and content and just like okay with the person I see in the mirror and happy. So that's my focus this year, and I'm going to keep moving and working, and I hope I have a really good update next week. So